So with this video, we're going to be focusing on complementary and supplementary angles based off of pictures. So let's check out number one. The instructions up here says for numbers 1 and 2, use the figure at the right. So there's a picture over here. It says angles B and C are complementary. So basically it's saying right here, these two angles together makes this 90 degrees. So that's one thing we can use to kind of help us out to find angle A, which is number 1. If this is 90 degrees, because B and C are complementary, in other words, they come together to give you 90 degrees, then that means this has to be 90 degrees because this straight line is 180 degrees. Remember, straight angle is always 180 degrees. So that means 90 plus 90 would give me that 180. So over here, if A and 25 degrees would give me 90 degrees total, what I can do is I can say 90 minus 25 to get my answer here of 65 degrees. That's my answer for that first one here. So angle A would be 65 degrees. Now for the next one, it says if angle B is 47 degrees, find angle C. That goes back to our instructions telling me they're complementary. So once again, complementary meaning they come together to form a sum of 90 degrees. So you can do the same thing again, do 90 minus the 47 for angle B. And that would give me a final answer of 43 degrees. So that's how you can work out this basic picture up here. Now let's take it up a notch. So the next one says for 3 through 6, find angle X and its adjacent angle. So basically you're finding what X is going to be in these problems, as well as what is next to X. In other words, this is X angle, we're going to find out this angle 2 in the end. So let's come back in and check out how we could do number 1. Number 3. I'm going to do 2 of these, and 3 and 4 are very similar because of the fact that they have straight lines, they're supplementary angles, and then 5 and 6 are similar because they have the right angles, so they're complementary angles. So I'm going to do one of each and let you try one of each. So let's start off with number 3. So first things first, these are supplementary angles. So we got to think about how we can set this up like in an equation. So this angle and this angle together make a straight line. That means we can say x plus x minus 78 will equal 108. In other words, this angle plus this angle would give us a straight line, which is a straight angle. And that would be 180 degrees. All right, combine like terms. So we got x plus x is 2x. Bring down everything else we haven't used yet. So minus 78 equals 180. All right, start your equation steps. Focus on the side with the variable. Let's move that 78 first. Opposite of subtracting 78, adding 78. Do it to one side of the equation, do it to the other side. This cancels, so we'll bring down our 2x, bring down your equals. Over here, when you add the 180 plus 78, you're left with 258. Now to finish this off, you're going to do the opposite of multiplying by 2, which is dividing by 2. Do it to one side of the equation, do it to the other side. So when you get x's value, it's going to be equal to 129 once you divide the 258 by 2. So that's one of my answers here, 129. Now, to get your adjacent angle, what you can do is you can take what x is, plug it in here, and do 129 minus 78. So what I'm doing is I'm taking that x minus 78 here, which is the adjacent angle, the angle right next to x, and then plugging in what we got for x, taking out the x and putting in 129 minus 78. When I do that, I'll be left with 51. So this one will be 51 degrees. Now to check yourself, you can always go back in and add these two together. They should give you a straight line, which is 180 degrees. If you add 129 plus 50, you would be left with 180 degrees total. So as long as you have your answers down and done your math correctly, that checking out process should be something you can kind of go back in just to double check. I've had people do this in the past and forget that little method, and they'll go back in and maybe say their answer is maybe 100 right here, and they put 51 right here. I told them, hey, did the 100 plus 51 come back and give you 180 degrees? And they're like, no. I'm like, well, you know something's wrong here. So just another way you can kind of check up on yourself. All right, let's jump down and do, let's do, I'm going to do the very bottom one, actually. And that way when I pause in a second, you can try this too. All right, let's check out number 6 down here. This time it's complementary angles here. So you can use a very similar step to what we just did a minute ago. You'll do x plus the other angle, which is x plus 18. And this time it's going to equal 90. So we just did a minute ago the first angle, which is x, plus the second angle, which was x minus 78, and equaled 180 because it was a straight line. This time, because of the fact that we have the 90 degree angle here, these are complementary angles, so you do x plus set it equal to 90. All right, combine like terms. X plus x is 2x. Bring down what we haven't used yet. So now we got our equation. Start the process. We're going to do subtracting 18. Do it to one side, do it to the other side. This cancels here. We got 2x. There. Sorry, something was making my pointing this up. All right, so over here you got 2x equals, like I said, this canceled. So when you subtract over here, you're left with 72. Now to finish this off, opposite of multiplying by 2 would be dividing by 2. Do the one side of the equation, go to the other side. So now you come down here and you see x has a value of 36. So that's my 36-degree answer here. And then to get the adjacent angle, plug that 36 back in here. 36 plus 18. Like I said, I'm doing that because right on top here it was x plus 18. So all I've done is I've taken out the x and put in that 36. Now when you add that together, you would get 54. So 54 degrees here. And so like I told you, if you add these back together, they should give you 90 degrees. So kind of like the same thing we did a minute ago to check ourselves. The only difference is that before it was supplementary angles, so to add them together we got 180. Down here is complementary angles, so you add them together. And you should be getting 90 degrees. If you did that, you would get 90 degrees if you added 36 plus 54. So that's one that has complementary angles. So I want you to pause the video. Straighten out my paper here. And you're going to try 4 and 5. So remember, these are supplementary angles because it's a straight line. 5 is complementary angles down here. Then make sure you find x and the adjacent angle. The only thing that looks a little different is this one has a coefficient in front of it, rather than the rest of these had just x plus something or x minus something. But you still combine like terms in your first step of number 4. All right, so maybe pause it and let you try to see how you do with these. All right, let's see how you did. I'm going to pop over the answer key here. All right, scoot it down a little bit. Okay, so if you set this one up for number 4, I did x plus 3x plus 40 equals 180. Combine like terms here, so I did x plus 3x, I got 4x. Brought everything else down, and I did my equation steps, so I subtracted 40, and then divided by 4, and got 35 for x. And then you come back in, plug this in over here, so take out 3 times x and do 3 times 35. So you see I've done that over here. 3 times 35 plus 40, once I figured it out, it gave me 145. Add these two back together, they give you 180, so therefore that method of checking yourself works. Down here for number 5, same thing we did for number 6. We're going to set these up. The sum of these is going to equal 90. So x plus 12 equals 90. X plus x is 2x. Brought everything else down. And then we started our equation steps. Did our minus 12 and divided by 2 to get 39. You see I've got that over here. And then we took that x plus 12, took the x out, plugged in 39. So when you add 12 and 39, you got 51. So therefore 39 and 51 were our final answers for this. If you add these back together, we'll give you 90 degrees. So therefore that method checks out as well. So these were some examples that you could use for complementary and supplementary angles based off of pictures. All right, see you.